The Eucharist, or the Lord's Supper, communion, whatever you might call this meal in your tradition, is undoubtedly one of the central practices of the Christian faith. And perhaps because of that, it has also sparked all kinds of debates about exactly what we mean when we say it. Are we really taking in the flesh and the blood of Jesus when we eat at this meal? Or is this a symbol that points us back to a meal that happened thousands of years ago? Is there room, perhaps, somewhere in the middle to recognize the real presence of Jesus here in this meal, while also understanding that it is normal everyday elements like bread and grape that we are ingesting? And in that, is there something profound that we have to fight to hold on to? I mean, if we are really stripping away our illusions here, if we're meeting directly with Jesus here, if there's something very primitive and unvarnished in our encounter here, then I can see why Jesus uses such evocative language here. This is my body broken for you. This is my blood poured out. We are taking in something of Jesus in a very real way here. Now, in church history, that's been interpreted in a lot of different ways. Our Catholic friends will believe in something they call transubstantiation. It's a very big word to say that the bread and the wine, in some real but undetectable way, actually becomes the very body and blood of Jesus. On the other side of the aisle, our Baptist friends will say, well, no, this meal is a sign of something important, a central and a vital symbol, but it's just a symbol nonetheless, a remembrance that points us back to the very body and blood of Jesus. Now, for what it's worth, I think all of that is fair game. It's all acceptable. I have less than no interest in policing the boundaries of the Eucharist. As I said earlier, the table predates even our theological speculations about it. And I think at some level it probably should stay that way. But for my money, and for the tradition that Commons roots itself in, there is also a middle ground. And this approach often falls under the larger category called real presence. In the specific language we use in our tradition, the table is a means of grace. And what we're saying here, in broad terms, along with the Lutherans and the Anglicans and even the Eastern Orthodox traditions, is that Christ is somehow, mysteriously, actually really present every time we gather at the table to eat. Now, maybe that sounds like a cop-out to you. And to be fair, anytime we use the word mystery in our theology, that's sort of our shorthand way of saying, I don't know. But I think this time it really is the best that we've got. Because last week, as we all of us stood in line to receive, trusting, or maybe even just wanting to trust in resurrection, my belief, my trust, is that Christ was really there with us. That you and I, we can actually taste the Spirit of Jesus every time we eat at his table. You see, you in your bedroom with crackers and grapes, that is not the good gift of God. But all of us here together, all of us together anywhere, having our illusions dispelled over and again, knowing that we're welcome every time we fail, seated and standing between those that we know are struggling to believe the same things that we are, that resurrection really has been set loose in the world. That is grace we can taste.